Alright, I finally got everything stripped out on the driver's side. I've got everything replaced on the passenger, and everything's glassed in on the bottom. I kind of upgraded the metal underneath, a little bit better support work. But in the process, I tore all the wiring out, shifter cables, emergency brake cable, oil line. There was a small, if I remember correctly, that I tore out earlier, I think it's 4 or 6 little glass fuses for the ignition accessories and things, and then there's that 9 circuit. Looks like that does most of the body. I don't know, maybe that's the whole thing, I don't know, but I'm debating on buying one of the aftermarket pre-wired panels for, $250. They also sell a couple, they look pretty decent, little 12 and 6 circuit panels online, that the guy could get 2 panels, one for ignition, one for accessory if you want to separate them, and then get another one for the RV. They're not very expensive, and I'm not sure what to do at this stage. I'm thinking of cutting this here in 2 and making the top a panel I can take off and leave the bottom in place and supporting it a little better. I was working on taking parts off a couple of old salvage Travcos, and they had the fuse panels. One of them had it right out here in front where you could kind of work on it without crawling around the seat. So I've got it this far. I think I might as well make it easier to work on. I wanted to show you my old wiring harness. If you got an old one, you might be careful. Check it out. When I got it running at the guy's, this is what's left. That's basically all the engine, transmission, to make it run. But this wire here originally went right down on the right beside the exhaust manifold, and it had shorted out, and that's your feed wire off the alternator. And it goes, now it didn't melt most of the harness, I guess because it was out in the air it would stay cooler, but once it got inside it really melted into all of the harness. It's just melted the heck out of it. So who knows what wires are, melted together. So it had to come out anyway. And so I'm probably, it's going to get a complete rewire. I'll either do it from scratch but probably the only thing I'm going to keep is it's a new ignition switch. I had to buy that to get it home. They also had this dimmer switch under the floor, right in where the wheel splashes. And they make ones that surface mount, so that'll obviously be, or maybe I'll get something more modern and put it on a column. And another thing that was unusual, I guess in '65 they still didn't consider turn signals that critical, because all the turn signal wiring was separate of the main harness. It wasn't part of it. So apparently they haven't, the modern stuff, it's all in the harness. But anyway, I'm going to upgrade, obviously, the circuit panel, the fuse panel, and the wiring. If anyone has any ideas on a fuse panel, pre-wired maybe, it'd save a lot of time, and I don't know if it might end up being cheaper rather than buying all the little ends and, the hassle. So anyway, I thought I'd better stop and take a picture. I'm getting ready to cut out the driver's side floor pan and redo that. All right, thanks.